are back, and once again I have one of my favorite people in the real estate business with me today. You've met her before, Andrea Lenzen, owner of Design to Sell, one of the leading experts in the United States on preparing your home so you can sell it quickly and at the highest price possible. Welcome back, Andrea.
Thank you, Sarah. Fun to be here.
I am so glad you're here.
Me
We're
too.
Back on the set of Real Life. It's been a while, and I'm so glad to see you. So one of the things that I hear a lot from people is, why do I need staging and how do I pick a stager? So I think well, let's talk about that. So you're looking to sell your home and you don't even know where to start, right? You're going to talk to your realtor and your realtor might have suggestions, but as a homeowner, what kind of stager or stylist do we need, and how do we begin to find one?
That's such a great question. It's so important too, especially for the homeowner, to really understand what they need to do and do their due diligence when looking for a stager. So say, for instance, if their home is vacant, there's a different way of approaching that if the house is occupied. So say if the house is going to be vacant.
So wait, let's go back for a minute. So you say your home is occupied. So that means you're living in your home that you want to sell.
While it's going to be on the market.
Versus you've already moved out. Or it's a property that you own, maybe it's an investment property, and there's nothing in it. So vacant means there's no furniture or there's no people?
There's no furniture and there's no people. It's completely vacant.
Totally empty house versus a home that already has furniture in it.
Exactly. Because I think the confusing part when you say staging, people just assume that the house is vacant. So that's why I wanted to kind of clarify that a little bit. So say, for instance, if the sellers are going to be living in their home while it's on the market. Okay, so they need to do their due diligence in looking for the proper stager that's going to help them. Preferably it would be somebody that just focuses in on occupied homes.
So a stager that specializes in homes that you're already living in.
Correct.
Which is different from the stager that stages empty homes. Okay, I just want to make sure we're really crystal clear. Okay.
Because if it's empty home, then they have a warehouse full of furniture. If it's an occupied home, the stager might have a small warehouse of accessories. So if it's an occupied home, the stager's not bringing in basically furniture.
So you're living in your home and you've got your furniture, your artwork, your lamps and that kind of thing, but the stager might come in and say, I like these pieces and how they're arranged, but we might bring in some different things to make it more contemporary or more appealing to buyers. Is that right?
Yeah, and thinking about the demographics also. You know, if they have things that are more antique-ish, but it's like a new neighborhood coming in of younger people, then we want to accessorize the home to appeal to that particular buyer. So when they're looking for a stager, they want to, number one, go on their website. And when they talk to them, make sure that those are their pictures, not just stock photos.
So our viewers, if they're going to stage a home, they first start with the internet.
Go with the internet. That's where everybody starts, the internet. Google and see stagers. And so go and look at that. And then I would give them a call, number one, and talk to them. First of all, see how long they've been in business. How many homes have they staged a year, type of thing. Do they have any kind of certification whatsoever? Which is interesting opposed to real estate. You don't have to be certified to be a home stager. But there's a lot of certifications you can get. So I would check with them and see, you know, where have you attended? What kind of organizations are you affiliated with? Is this a full-time position for you, or is this a hobby? I mean, there's a lot of people thinking, oh, this could be fun to get into staging.
And why is that important? So if I'm going to hire a stager, if they're full-time or not full-time, what is the difference?
Because full-time, they've made a commitment. This is their career. Part-time, this could be a hobby for them.
And they might be more experienced and that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
I want to touch on something you said a moment ago, and that's about thinking about the demographic of the buyer for your home. So that's where a stager. So if I'm 60 years old and my neighborhood has turned and the buyers coming in are 25, 30, young families, let's say, the way I've decorated my home may not be appealing to that generation, that demographic. So that's where a stager could really help.
Absolutely, and that has actually truly happened with me. There was a home and it was very outdated. And I really couldn't bring in the accessories to bring it up to date because it was just too much. So at that point in time, I said, I think it would be in your best interest to completely move out, paint, and have it professionally staged with somebody that does vacant staging.
And that's an option as well. And though it might sound overwhelming and expensive, in the long run, most likely that home seller is going to make up that hard work and investment in the price that they get for their home. So we're going to take a break now, Andrea, and I'm so appreciative of your time as always and being here to help co-host Real Life with Sarah Bernard. So Andrea is our go-to expert for home staging and has great advice as always. Picking a home stager isn't important until you need one, so it's best to be prepared ahead of time. Thanks for joining us today, and keep coming back for more of our favorite real estate tips on Real Life.